You're listening to the AfterBuzz TV network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Keith. Johnson.
From the AfterBuzz Studios in Los Angeles, California, presented by Maria Menounos and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies, this is AfterBuzz TV's Young and Hungry After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AfterBuzz TV's Young and Hungry After Show.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to AfterBuzz TV, the after show for Young and Hungry. And tonight, it is just the two of us. I'm Heather Joy Smith, and with me is
Michelle Fee.
And tonight's episode, Young and Pregnant, was quite funny.
It was.
And I liked it because we got to see a lot more of Caroline tonight and her little snotty attitude and little snarky comments.
I'm still tired of her. Like, I just can't deal with her. I mean, I know she has to be there for now, but
I love that 2 weeks ago we were like, I hope Caroline goes off the show. And then here we have a show where she's pretty much the entire show.
Right.
So tonight's episode started off with Caroline and Gabi having a conversation, and Gabi's talking about how her boobs have been growing, and Caroline says, well, I have a friend who her boobs grew when she got pregnant, and Gabi's like,
yeah. I was like, are you serious? That's like, I mean, for me personally, I don't think I would have believed that. I would have been like, oh, like, of course pregnant women are going to, like, grow in boob size. But, like, it was just irrational of her to be, oh, my God, I'm pregnant because my boobs grew one size.
But I think this is so like Gabi as her character.
That's true.
Because she's kind of like spazzy, like, oh, my gosh, like, everything, like, happens. And it's, like, such a big production for her in her life that I just think this is exactly how she would act.
You're right.
So what does she do? But she calls her roommate Sophia to come over and bring her a pregnancy test. And this was another way to get, I think, Sophia out of their apartment and into her workplace at Josh's house and kind of have the two of them interacting in a different environment. So I liked seeing Sophia, there. Yeah. And she brings her over this pregnancy test. And she takes the pregnancy test, but things don't exactly go as planned.
No, they don't. Well, to continue off of that, she actually put the pregnancy test inside a cup of coffee. Yeah. That was really gross. And second of all, I thought it was weird that Josh didn't realize that it was not a stick because it was, first of all, it was white, it was thick, and it had a purple, like, cap on it.
It looked just like a pregnancy test.
It looked just exactly like a pregnancy test.
But I think Josh is a little dingy as well. So he's probably like, what is that? Like,
yeah,
I don't know.
That's true. And he's very, like, I don't know the word for it right now, but he's not very observant with those kinds of things. Yeah. So, I mean, obviously we knew that was what it was.
She's like, it's a stirring stick. Like, mean, just the two of them. It's so funny. Just their, like, interactions with each other and how they play off of each other. And it's really funny to me. So Josh at this point is also very nervous because he's going to be having a little dinner party with him and Caroline. It seems to be a very big deal for him. And so he's kind of already spastastic about this. And so I think this just kind of added to it. But after they take the pregnancy test and obviously throw it in the coffee or the cup or whatever it was, they kind of forget about it for that second. But Yolanda finds it in the trash can.
Well, before we continue to that, like, my favorite line after she looked at it, after she took it out of the coffee cup, she was like, I'm positive.
Yeah.
And I was just like, what? And, like, Sophia was like, wait, from coffee?
She's like, I'm positive I ruined it.
Yeah. I thought it was a great line. It was my favorite one of the night.
Yeah. So Yolanda finds this pregnancy test, and in true Yolanda and Elliot's relationship, they fight over who's going to break the drama to Josh that they found this pregnancy test, which is so like them to, like, be fighting over drama.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, well, actually, no, I don't think Yolanda really cares much for the attention from Josh, but because Elliot wanted to be the one to break the news, even though she had the news first, like, yeah, I think that made her really competitive with him. So, I mean, it was funny when she, like, pushed him over the couch and he just kind of laid there, like, accepted defeat. Like, okay.
I mean, it's kind of crazy, though, because Gabi's standing there like, no, like, this is my pregnancy test. Like, you guys cannot tell him, because they think it's Caroline's, by the way. They don't think it's Gabi's at this point. They have no idea.
Well, they didn't even find the actual pregnancy stick. They just found a box.
Like,
well, I get where she's coming from. That would have been my first instinct, too. And Josh and Caroline are the only two people having sex in that house, so...
True. Except for, they knew that Gabi and Josh had sex, right?
Yeah, but I don't think they thought
like,
about that because that was just a one-time thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it is a little weird that she would take the pregnancy test at Josh's house.
That's true.
It's kind of funny to me.
Yeah.
Not once, but twice she did it.
That's very true, but she, like, spent the whole day there.
She did.
She didn't have any time to go home, which was nice of Sophie to come and bring her what she needed.
Yes.
And I really like that she was in the whole episode and not just one section of it.
So before we go on, we want to make sure that you guys go on to iTunes and you rate us 5 stars for this show. We really appreciate it. And if you want to comment or ask us questions, feel free to do that. And if you're watching on YouTube, make sure to comment below too, and we'll kind of check the comments and questions and answer them back. And also, Maria Menounos' new book, Every Girl's Guide to Diet and Fitness, is out. It's a New York Times bestseller, and I just picked up my copy, so make sure you do the same. It's really good. So let's go on to when Caroline is in her bedroom and she's talking on the phone with her dad. And Caroline and her dad have been having these conversations about buying a horse. It's a purebred derby horse or something like that.
A pony.
And Caroline really wants to get this as a gift for Josh and have it be their baby together. And she's on the phone talking with her dad, and Josh kind of walks in behind her and overhears this conversation.
Well, just one specific part, conveniently, that they were going to be parents.
Yes. And this is after Yolanda and Elliot broke the news that they found this pregnancy test. So, of course, Josh is freaking out at this point, like, oh my gosh, I'm going to have a baby. But then, surprisingly, he was happy about it.
Yeah, which was, well, they are engaged.
True.
They are planning on getting married, so it's not too much of a huge shocker, but it is refreshing to see a guy like, oh, well, we're not married yet, but I'm so excited on having a baby.
Yeah, it's interesting. So Josh then goes and tells Elliot that he's gonna be a dad. He's so excited, and this just only fuels the fire that Josh thinks that Elliot actually thinks that the pregnancy test was Caroline's.
And now he's like, well, Josh likes me best.
Yes.
Because, it's just a little internal debate. It's just him or, like, fight or whatever. And no one else is having it. They're just like, oh, whatever. And he's just like, Josh has to like me best.
I think you're right. I think it is an internal, like, fight between Elliot and himself. Like, Josh loves me more. No, they love me more. Like, he always has to be the center of attention on every single thing. So maybe that's why he had to be the one to go out and get the baby's stroller filled with gifts, I guess you would call that.
And the suede onesie.
Yeah, the suede onesie. So Elliot goes out and gets this gift for Josh, and he's going to make, or he overhears when Caroline's on the phone talking with her dad that she's going to make the announcement at the party later. So Josh thinks, oh, well, I'm going to have this stroller with all these gifts ready to go as soon as she announces that she's having a baby. And to me, I think it's a little interesting that she would announce this to all of her friends at this party without telling Josh first.
That's true. Again, he's not that very observant or thoughtful.
No.
But it made for a good comedy thing. Yeah.
So they go to this little party that they're having, and
I think it was like a tea party.
Yeah, a little tea party. And Caroline is getting ready to announce that she has bought this pony for Josh. And right before she can say, I bought you a horse, Elliot's like, it's a boy or whatever, it's a baby, and like wheels this in. And Josh and Caroline and everyone's like, oh, like what?
Oh my gosh, that was just a huge disaster.
Huge.
Gabby had just gone out to try and stop him from bringing the stroller in because she was going to tell Josh, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm surprised she didn't push him into the elevator.
Yeah, I know.
To like stop him or something.
I know. She was so close to like getting him out of the way.
Yeah.
But I guess, for a sitcom, they had to make some drama happen and explode with this baby announcement.
Which Caroline wasn't very happy about.
No. I was actually shocked she was not happy about this.
Well,
I mean, like, obviously she didn't know, but if she was pregnant, wouldn't you think she'd be a little bit happier? But she didn't seem to want to have a baby at all.
I don't think she's the type of person who wants to have a baby.
That's true.
I mean, before, like, right in the very beginning, she said if someone doesn't leave my party and, like, stop becoming my friend, then it's not a successful party.
Yeah.
So she doesn't seem like a very doting mother type. She seems like I'm going to stay beautiful, young, and rich for the rest of my life, and I don't want that many friends or whatever. I don't know.
I'm curious if this is going to have an effect on Caroline and Josh's relationship going forward, because if he feels so strongly and happy about having this baby, and clearly he saw that Caroline's reaction was not so strong to having a baby, I wonder if this is going to kind of, I don't know, break their relationship maybe a little bit.
That could be a good prediction.
I mean, every week we say that they're going to break up and then they just get right back together again.
We do. Well, I think it would be really good for, like, continuity-wise, just because they didn't technically solve that whole problem. Or they kind of did. Like, Gabby stepped in and she was like, oh, it was me. Like, I took it because I slept with this guy. Yeah. And again, they were, like, going back to the very first night that they had slept together, which I thought they wouldn't bring up again.
Yeah.
You know?
But it's so, like, Gabby, because she's so, like, awkward that she just talks and talks and talks. And before you know it, she spilled the beans without saying Josh's name.
Yeah. And he almost choked on his water because of it. But I think if not the pregnancy thing or having kids thing, Caroline will sooner or later find out about him sleeping with Gabby. Yeah. It's gonna come out.
It's gonna come out eventually. Yeah. I mean, there's no way that everybody in that house knows except for Caroline, and she's not gonna find out. Yeah. Like, it's gonna happen.
I feel like Gabby will she'll spill it herself, like, without even knowing.
Yeah.
That Caroline is maybe behind her or something.
It'll be interesting to see what happens with that. So then the last scene, we see once again Sophia and Gabby back at their apartment, and they're stuffing their faces because Gabby gets all these leftovers, and I thought that was just
yummy leftovers.
Yeah, I know.
I need to, like, if you're a chef and you need a roommate, I will be your roommate.
If you're a chef and you want to bake us some really cool goodies to have on this show next week,
that too.
We will definitely eat them here.
I won't say no to cookies or brownies
or cupcakes.
Yeah.
So I thought it was a really cute moment between the two of them, and they're saying, eating these cupcakes, oh, maybe these are what makes my boobs grow bigger, which is just so funny because that's just their relationship, and they seem so fun together.
They're super adorable together.
So that kind of wraps up our show for what went on in tonight's episode. Do you have any predictions for what we might see going forward?
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
Well, judging by the preview for next week's episode, not even just next week, but like overall, I'm hoping that Gabby has a new love interest, not just Josh. Personally, I don't think he's that cute, and I don't think they're like personalities, they go well together, but I would like to see her with someone else.
Yeah. I would like to see Sophia have a little love interest here soon.
Yeah.
I think that would be interesting to kind of bring her in a little bit more and have her have a relationship on the show, and how they would bring him into the show or her.
That's true.
You never know.
you never know.
One more thing, we want to give out a shout out to Kylie Hodges, who did a spot on this afternoon with the real life Gabi, who lives in San Francisco, and she's in town in LA for the, I guess, post-show wrap-up show for the whole cast and crew. So make sure you check out her spotlight on. I'm sure it's posted already on AfterBuzz TV. So good job, guys. And where can they find you on social media?
Well, they can find me on Twitter and Instagram at _MichelleFee.
And you can find me on Twitter and on Instagram at Heather Joy Smith. Thanks, everyone.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.
Thank you for watching AfterBuzz TV on YouTube. For more of your favorite after shows and interviews, subscribe to our channel here, and be sure to share your opinion on the episode in the comment section below here. We'd love to see what you guys are buzzing about. Thanks again. Buzz you later.